Hello, and welcome back to Sound the Horn, where our panelists get louder than Gideon's army. Today, we will be discussing which Saints would be best for your fantasy football team. All right, we're taking it over to you, Heathen A, quarterback, St. Patrick.
I don't know nothing about St. Patrick, but I'll tell you what, Drew Brees, he's been doing it for a long time. He's been throwing the ball down the field. Okay, all right, so maybe that was a little too literal, but okay.
I'm sorry, but is that the same quarterback that has missed the playoffs for the past several years? I'm trying to be objective. Just trying to be objective.
Trip. Who thrown for the most yards? I digress.
Who's missing?
So we're talking about St. Patrick.
The
St.
playoffs.
Patrick.
Man, we talking about Saints in heaven, not Saints in New Orleans. Come on, man.
Linebacker, St. Michael the Archangel.
St. Michael, man. All right, so this dude is prime time, all right? He was there since the beginning of time, prime time. He's over here commanding the defense. He knows how to defend against the demons. He knows how to call the shots, call what's right. He calls Lucifer out, says, look at you with your pride. Look at you. You ain't giving the respect.
But can't he defend the deep ball? My brother.
At linebacker, he doesn't need to defend the deep ball at linebacker. He's
that's
safety. He got Gabriel. He got Gabriel back there for going deep against Beelzebub. St. Michael, linebacker. St. Michael, a defensive end, get more tackles in.
Now we're talking, man. Now we're talking.
Listen, how many postseason scrolls did St. Michael write in defense of the faith? I count 0.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely 0. Now, somebody like St. Thomas Aquinas, who was such an underdog, fell from the sky and came up with the Summa.
Excuse me, I can't let it go on any longer.
I'm just trying to be objective here.
Blasphemy. We're talking about apples and oranges. We're talking about saints and angels. Saints and angels.
0 to the Summa.
He's a messenger of God. He's a messenger. He doesn't get his own messages. He's a messenger of God. All right. St. Thomas Aquinas has his own things that he
just. Was St. Thomas born with a perfect form? Excuse me.
Now I'm just trying to be objective here. We're not talking about form. Let's get back to the question.
Well, theologically speaking, humans are supposed to be above angels in the end anyway, and you're trying to compare someone that's supposed to be in a greater position than St. Michael.
But we're talking about a man. We're talking about an entity.
This proves my point. Let me speak. This proves my point.
Go ahead.
St. Thomas had to overcome far more than St. Michael the Archangel ever did.
Excuse me, my brothers, if I may, for just one moment. We're talking about a man in St. Thomas Aquinas who is a very devout man, a man of the Lord, okay?
And to use your terms, he's a bad man.
A bad boy. He's a bad boy. There's no taking that away from him. Absolutely no doubt. Much respect and much props to my brother. But with that being said, is he a sinner? Answer me that. Is the man a sinner?
Well, yes, but that proves my point.
He said, all right.
My point.
But with that being said, we're talking about an angel who does nothing but what? Live in the community of God. Live in absolute communion with the Lord.
He can't be wrong.
But St. Thomas Aquinas is in heaven right now, so he literally has...
Yeah, but we're talking about...
St. Thomas Aquinas also literally has Jesus right inside of him, because St. Michael the Archangel cannot receive the Eucharist. But St. Thomas Aquinas can, and has, and is in.
This is a valid
is receiving
point.
The
this is a valid point.
But right now.
But with that being said,
and
you can't use
who
that
do you
to diss
want
my
with the
man.
ball in your hands at the last minute to overcome the highest?
The one who's never missed a shot. Messenger angel, Saint Michael.
He delivers
every time.
Adversity.
Has he ever missed a shot in the fourth quarter? Has he ever missed a shot in fourth quarter overtime? No.
Well, but the point is, you're not going to be able to comprise your entire team of only angels. You're going to have saints in there.
No doubt, but you got to have a captain of the team.
Which means your team is going to mess up at certain points. And when your team messes up, when you are down, who has the experience?
Give me the perfect leader. Give me the perfect leader.
It is St. Thomas Aquinas.
All right. I'm going to have to cut you off. Our audience wants to hear about more options.
I'm having fun. I'm winning. So.
St. Padre Pio, running back. I'm going to go back to you.
Now listen, oh my goodness, I can't even contain myself. Padre Pio, he's slippery. He's going to slip and slide between those tackles and right through to the end zone. You know why? Because of that daggone stigmata. He's too slippery, he's covered in blood. Can't nobody touch him, not that anybody would want to.
1 word, 2 syllables, by 3 syllables, by
Location. Let's
by
get it.
location.
Come
By
on.
location. That's all he needs. He can block for himself. They don't need
He'll be doing a touchdown there. He'll be celebrating mass in the end zone. My goodness.
quarterback on the center.
He's a bad man.
Padre Pio
He's a bad
in the
man.
backfield.
He's a bad
4 receivers
man.
split out wide, no fullback. Quarterback draw, running back draw. Pio blocks for himself. Touchdown.
It's hard to argue
come on.
with a lot of the points you guys mentioned. I grant you that. However,
Trent, that's because we right.
once again, you are missing an important detail that you literally went right by. He is penalty prone. Because of bilocation, it will make 12 men on the field. It'll be a
He's
penalty.
one man.
One
in
man.
2 separate
One man.
places. He's one.
Read the
Just saying an
right
ecumenical
here,
council.
Trip.
You don't need
When
to be
the
the
red
devil's
rules
advocate
book,
right
when
now.
the
This
rules
is
book,
not
he
an
has a
ecumenical
penalty
council.
history
He's
of
one
this
man.
12 men on
He's
the
one
field.
man.
Yes, but like he's one man. So 10 other people come on the field, and there are 11 people. Then all of a sudden, there's a 12th man there that's not up in the stands being the
Trip,
Seattle
that's the
Seahawks.
ref's fault. That's the ref's fault. That's the ref's
It's
fault.
in the
If
rules.
he can't notice
I'm being
that they're both
objective.
wearing
I'm
the
being
same
objective.
number,
It's in
the
the
same
rules.
number.
It's in the rules.
They're both wearing
He
the
has
same
to
number.
cut down on his penalty. He is too penalty prone to be able to, unless he fixes it, he's too penalty prone to be
I'll throw
playing a
this hot
regular
take
basis.
out there. I'll throw this hot take out there. Taking another player off the field. Give me 9 in Padre Pio. And so he can bilocate all he wants to. And he's just fine. He is just fine.
You might want to check the rule books on if that's legal.
Let's see right here. It says, yes, absolutely. Teams may choose to line up with fewer players, but may not choose to line up with more. Read them and weep, Trip.
Another hot take.
No, but
You should change the amount of players.
You know what feels
Line up
good?
with- No,
you know what feels
no,
good? When you're
listen-
right.
listen to me.
When you're right.
No.
Change
Well,
the amount of...
I
Change the
get
amount
it.
of...
Tastes as good as my
Well, I'll let you know what that
feels.
feels like one day since you probably don't know what it, understand what that means.
Oh, I'm savoring it right now, Trip.
Change the amount of players that's on the field from 11 to 12 to honor our Blessed Mother. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. And that is all
Well,
he is
that
doing. Why
would be
is
an
he
issue you have to-
penalized? Why is he penalized for honoring the Blessed Mother?
All I'm saying is it's a penalty problem, and he's not the best player to have on your fantasy team.
Speaking about rule changes, what do we think right now as things stand with, rather than not standing, with the kneeling during the procession? I know, listen, my producers, I apologize, my brothers. I know that we promised, and we're probably gonna lose out on a little endorsement money for talking about this, but it's something that needs to be talked about.
Why did I know that you were going to bring this up? You always bring this up.
I like to stir the pot. Macaroni will stick if I don't.
These men have the right, not the right of the priesthood, but the right as members of the Catholic faith to kneel out of reverence whenever they so please. Are you taking the high ground here? Are you being devil's advocate? Or what are you saying about, are they allowed?
I'm just saying it's not a good look. It's not a good look for your parish. It's not a good look for the church as a whole. These are some things that I don't think people are thinking about the full ramifications of their actions
We might as
when
well
they're
just-
coming in on
We
Sundays.
might as well just be late for mass then at this
Then
point.
fine. I'm just saying, think about how this is going to be perceived. You've got children watching. You've got people who look to these people as an example. Are they setting an example? I don't know. I can't answer that. And that's all I have to say on the matter.
Last point I want to bring in right here.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody started doing this until Pope Francis started tweeting saying he wanted these people fired from their parishes. He wanted them sent to different parishes.
It's creating a divide.
All right. We're going to a commercial break, but first we got to read a list of sponsors. Actually, we only have one sponsor today. Oh, it's Mrs. Wary. She has a special intention for a deceased soul currently in purgatory. Well, we'll see you right after these messages.